accident says we're going to march about 25 miles today. You ready to go? No. 25 miles. Let's walk down here.
This soldier, during her day of marching, would have to march 50 minutes out of every hour and would get a 10-minute break.
I'm a...
Yeah. See, there's a lot of weight here. There's a lot of things that they had to carry back then. What we're trying to show you here is that the everyday soldier in the Confederate Army had a hard life, a very hard life. They had to, every day they would march this way. They had to carry everything, march 50 minutes, get 10 minutes off, and it was a tough, tough life. And, you know, you need to think of, you know, when we think about the battles and all that, that was just a small part of it. Day in and day out, camp life and marching was a rigorous job, okay?
And oftentimes marching meant doing exactly what she's doing now, standing there. And you wait, and you wait, and then maybe you move for a while, and the whole column comes to a halt. And you don't know why. All you know is you get to stand there and wait for a while longer before you get to move again. Very tedious life during that time. During that 10-minute break she would have in her march, she would have all that stuff left on, because as you can see, it would take her all 10 minutes to take it all off and put it all back on again. So you left it on.
Where do you sleep?
Where do you sleep?
Come on, where do you sleep? Where do you sleep?
Any questions?
How much, I mean, you probably told them already, but how much does all the supplies, equipment weigh?
Pack was probably 20 pounds or so. The musket is about 10 to 13 pounds, just in and of itself. Cartridge boxes were a couple of pounds when loaded.
This is a musket. Okay. This is what's called an 1853 model Linfield. This is a British-made rifle. This either had to come across the ocean from England through the blockade the North had put on the South, or it was captured, picked up on the field after a battle, and was now captured. The way you would go through and load these, the soldier would put the rifle down, reach in and grab a cartridge.
Out of your cartridge box, you'd pull a cartridge out.
He would tear that off, pour the powder in, and put the mini ball down in there, and then he had to ram it down, pack it down. Once that was done, he could now put on what's called a percussion cap. Looks like that. It's right on here. Now he's ready to fire. What happens is this hammer, squeeze the trigger, this hammer comes down, hits that percussion cap, and ignites the cap and ignites the powder, and the bullet shoots out. You shot one time. It took all that time and energy to fire one time. Then you got to do the whole thing all over again. A good soldier would get off about 3 rounds a minute, and that's on a good day. Okay. Any questions?
Other questions?
We're going to start asking questions then.
I know who won the war.
Who won the war?
Who won the war?
The North.
The Union.
You're right.
We all won. We became a stronger country because of this Civil War. Much stronger than this.
What does CS stand for again?
Confederate States.
I have a question. Did your guns like break down easily?
Yes.
Yeah.
You could break parts on them, but more common when you were in the heat of battle and firing a lot, you would get fouling in the tube of the gun, such that you could not reload the gun, in which case then it became useless.
Was for that fuse to go off just before it got where it's going. So what happens is it gets rained on by shrapnel, pieces of metal. But sometimes they didn't go off at all, it just was bouncing away. Other times the fuse would go off too soon and kill your own guys. And sometimes it would go off in the gun, which could be a serious problem. Sometimes the gun would blow up. This particular type of gun would not likely blow up. It's a very strong gun, but it could happen. Everywhere. It's bloody, it's gory, it's painful, it is awful. Do remember, it's the only kind of war before we get to making the big boom. Yes? Well, yeah.
Singing the national anthem of the Confederacy.
To go where? All right. Need you all to get up and move back past that green box. We'd also put a red sponge down to extinguish any embers. The last thing you want is a hot ember if you're reloading. And a dry sponge. So we've already done that from the past shot. So we're now ready. I'm playing 4 or 5 rolls here. I would normally, as gunner, be here, and I would order number 5 to go back and get a cartridge. Number 5 man brings the round to me. The gunner shows it, so I make sure it's the right kind of round. I, as gunner, say, advance the round. Number 5 hands the cartridge to number 2. Who brings it to the muzzle, where number 1 rams it home. Notice where the captain's standing. He's standing there so that if it did go off, most of his body is protected. So he loses a hand.
Who needs a hand?
Now we have to puncture that cartridge so that when I put the primer in, the flame has somewhere to go. To the cartridge. Now is the time to cover your ears if you so wish. Clifford! Fire!
Is it getting louder?
What's missing?
Oh, I dropped it in that
It was back in Fox's pile.
Really something about one tiny needle to
Oh, unfortunately, for another 4 weeks.
For the kids' lunch, they talk to you guys yet about that?
I thought it was going to be during lunch. I was all set to go out right now.
Oh, no, I think they're letting the kids eat first. We don't eat, but they do.
And then it's going to be skirmish?
So let's
Yes.
get together so what we know what you're doing.
Well, basically we go out, get behind some trees,
And shoot.
shoot,
Pop a few Yankees.
and then when they come out in force, we give it up to them, slow but sure.
Okay, when you guys are clear, we're going to
Where is your stake at? Because we get driven back to a certain point. I just don't want the Yankees to get inside the safety zone.
Oh, heck no.
And then they're free, you know.
Oh, I see your point. So the skedaddle would probably work.
And a percussion cap fits over the cone, to which the hammer strikes in order to make it fire. It was the next generation after flintlock.
She was one that wore the yellow shirt. I wasn't sure what to say. I wanted to skirmishers in retreat.
Those green guys are sharpshooters.
Are they competing at
Coming in and out of the Army, things like deserters, or people, civilians coming in, you had to have business to come through where the Army was. What I think is going to happen here, we hear that there's some Yankee activity over here. We're going to deploy in this skirmish line and this picket, and we're going to see what happens. I have a bad feeling, a real bad feeling that there may be a little gunplay here.
Mark your targets, boys. Mark your targets. Company up! There's ones and twos! Loaded. Who's forward?
Could you imagine?
I'll go on back. Online! If you can fire, lay it on him. Return fire! Wheel down! Wheel down.
Skirmish line from the right! Count off by ones and twos! 1, 2, 1! On my command! Retire 20 paces! Move out!
So they're going all the way into the camp.
That's what it was like. And after the Civil War, all those communities mourned their dead as little communities. And over the years, those little ceremonies in all the small towns in the North and South merged into the holiday we know today as Memorial Day.
Battalion! Attention, battalion! Load and come to the ready! I'm sorry, load and come to the shoulders. Below that. Load and come to the shoulders. Good. You guys stay here, okay? Our class, take care, get back. Battalion! Face by the rear right! About face! Battalion! Firing by battalion! Ready! Aim! Fire! Any misfires? Recover! Arm! Shoulder! Arm! Face by the front right! About face!
I'll get you there.
We are considered not only equal to the regular Army troops, but we are considered above them. We are the elite.
Down and riding in a bus, so, but the same kind of thing. So it kind of helped pass the time on the march. And then finally, the third conservative field music in battle. If you've studied Civil War tactics, you know that the way they fought their battles.
You were out a mile or so away from the regular army behind you. Your job was to establish a position, look at contact with the enemy. If anybody came through a picket line that was stopped and identified as civilian, stay behind your
distance. You ever throw a football?
Yeah.
If you have a good spin on that football, it's much more likely to go where you want it to go. Same with catapult. Effective range of this gun, and it was considered the long distance gun in its time, was about 1,800 to 1,900 yards. So anything you could see here, you could hit. That's a flag that would have been made when there were 9 states in the Confederacy. It ends up with 13 states if you go by the Confederate count. 11 states.
Oh, take it out of his way.
Okay. This flag. Oh no, there's one of those green guys. Oh, we don't like them. Actually, we do. They're great reenactors. Very good unit.
And they love dying by our cannon.
This is a battle flag. This was never the national flag of
Hi.
Clifford! Fire!
Four guns. But since this is a work day, we have a problem getting everybody out today. So the captain was very graciously agreeing to work at the front end of the gun. Way too physical for
The trees.
Why'd you do that? I'm on TV.
Yeah.
Soldiers, forward march. Left, 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 right, left. 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 Left, left,
12. What about the those?
Those are $8.50?
Yeah. Cool.